Thank you for joining me on the first ever DIY for men, guys, boys. This is in collaboration with a great group of gals, total of 7 videos. If you don't see the playlist, please click the description box below this video for the link. First, I had to assess the situation and see how bad these fishing rods were in need of repair, and hubby wasn't able to go fishing and enjoy his ugly stick, and he had already wrecked mine too, as you can see here. So, I am looking to see how bad a shape they're in. And then I think to myself, an idea. So we'll need a few supplies: electrical tape, E6000, both pairs of pliers, regular and needle nose, scissors, and the magic, a large safety pin. We are going to recruit the husband to show him how to repair this. First, you'll remove the old hoop with a razor knife. Be extremely careful and make sure that you remove all the wrapping that's around this particular glider loop for your fishing rod. Once you remove that and get it out of the way, you're ready to begin repairing. Okay, undo your safety pin. You're going to cut that here and cut that little sharp tip off. Well, the sharp tip is not a big deal, but just so you don't hurt yourself, you're going to cut that. There you go. Okay, now you want to bend that to where it looks similar to these, so it brings your line away from your fishing pole. Just shape it to what you need. And then we're going to use some electrical tape to tie it to the rod. Hold these two pieces together with your pliers and then bend that head at an angle.
I don't know how to do this.
Easy does it, yes. And then we're going to strap that on. So you kind of want to get your angle, as close as you can to the ones that are on there. And if you hold that against this one, you can kind of judge it, and it'll let you know. So that you're, okay, then now we're ready. Okay, so you want to kind of fix it close to where it originally was. And then we're going to put some E6000 on that, and then we're going to tape it down. You know, just a minute amount, and the tape's actually going to help keep that anchored until that E6000 is able to take hold. There you go. And it doesn't take much. It's a great epoxy. It does take 24 hours for that to completely take hold, but it's sticky enough that it should hold the weight of that safety pin slightly until you can get it taped. Okay, so this is really you need help and assistance. You need 2 hands unless you've got a clamp, but the clamp gets in the way of your glue, so now really pull down on that thing and get it tight, because the E6000 is going to take time to set, and it does have to have that 24 hours. And you will be able to, there you go, it's crooked, so you want to keep it pushed down in there as best as you can. Okay. Okay guys, now it's just a matter of letting that E6000 set up, and you will be able to string your line back through your reel. And you'll make sure that once it sets, then you will be able to bend your safety pin and get it situated and shape it a little bit better. The main thing is to keep it from sliding out. Just keep it pushed down in there until that glue sets. Once that glue sets, you can bend it more if you need to and get it shaped. And this is a good idea too, guys. While this is sitting and drying, you know, if you can, if your rod comes apart, by all means do. Some rods do not. They're permanently assembled. Okay, on this situation, when you've got one that is broken, your piece is broken, because you're going to be separating it again when you put the glide in it, you do want to put a piece of electrical tape or some crafter's tape or something of a sort of tape, and it's just enough bulk there to make sure that when it separates, it has an opportunity to stay in place. Okay, so that will allow that when it's separating underneath that tape, it will stay in place until the glue can take hold. So you'll place your E6000 just on the outer edges of your glider that goes in there, and just place it all about. Now I know you're used to using other glues, but the difference with the E6000 is even though it seems thick, it's more, it settles, it levels, and will fill in any of your spots as long as you've got it well coated. And so just take your time and get it on there. Unlike super glue will come loose after a period of time. So here we'll pop this back into place now so that it stays inside of that metal ring, and then the electrical tape is not going to allow it to shift or expand more than what is needed. Let that sit 24 hours and you are back in business. Then it's just a matter of putting the line back in and going fishing. So do we have a thumbs up? We have sticky fingers. All right, Papa, give us a thumbs up. Good idea?
Quick, easy fix.
Thank you for sticking around to see the fishing caddy. It can be a hunting caddy or a garden caddy for you gals or husbands. Here is the Tidy Cat's cat litter bucket, and we're going to actually use a pair of my husband's carpenter shorts that are wore out. I'm showing you here that I'm marking it at 14 inches because I need at least 14 inches to successfully make this caddy. We're going to cut it completely up the center rear seam all the way. Now, I already know that I need to remove the zipper from these shorts because I've made it at this point. But go down both leg seams so that we can spread the shorts completely out on the floor. And you'll be able to see here where I've marked it and my kitty cat. And we're going to take and remove these parts. We want to cut off these pieces and preserve the little pockets that are on the carpenter shorts. Now, before we do, we need to also save those pockets, guys, because we're going to use them. We need to remove the extra fabric we're not going to need. So I'm showing you here, I'm demonstrating with my hand what you need to even up and cut off that's going to be extra that you can discard. We will not use that or need it. And then just get them out of your way and go ahead and discard them or put them in your scrap fabric pieces. But I know at this point I need to remove that zipper and preserve the button, but you'll see here momentarily. So let's go to the craft room and begin gluing. Now take your hot glue gun and glue right there in that fold. That will just kind of keep it from being baggy. And then you're going to glue the back of that excess fabric, glue it to the back side of the pockets. This will make it more stable, give it strength and durability, and it will not be baggy or loose, and you'll be glad that you did not cut these off raw, that you folded that under, and preserve your loop there because you're going to need it to tie it onto the caddy. And just begin removing any extra fabric you don't need and try to, make it just as clean as you can and glue it down. Now, those are the little pockets. I cut off the hem, and as you can see here, I glued those to the front pockets of the shorts to go on the caddy. And these make extra nooks and crannies so that he can put all his tools and wares, for his fishing or hunting, or if it's for gardening, into these little pockets. Now at this point, I realize this is where I need to take the pouch that holds the zipper. I've already removed the zipper. And now we're going to size it up, unbutton it, and that way it will accommodate that handle on the bucket. And I've just sizing it up to make sure of how it's going to look and what I need. This is when I realized I needed an extra loop. So we're going to take the extra fabric and I'm going to make a loop. Now, the 1 inch below the waistband, glue it there, and then, of course, on the back side as well. Now, guys, you want to make sure it's just that 1 inch because that loop is going to be necessary. And then I took the bucket itself outside and I spray painted the lid blue and the bottom side of it black. Now, let's go back and make the cushion. We got these foam cushions here. These are the 16 by 16. They're 1 inch thick and there is a 4-pack. So I'm going to need one of these to make the cushion for the top. Here it is, guys, the golden rule in black and white. Always measure twice, cut once. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. These are just barely, these are like 15 and a 1/4 inch wide. Because they are foam and they're supposed to be 16 by 16. Now I need a 10 by 12 inch piece, and what I'm going to do is basically just take off a small amount of this and fold it in half, because if I cut this, because of it not being the proper size, I'm going to be too shy, and I want to double this up so it gives a better cushion for the tushin. So we're going to basically, I'm going to take just a probably right around, measure this out to 12 inches and cut it, and then compare it to the actual top of my box just to make sure. When you cut foam, guys, make sure your blade goes all the way down. Don't stop. You can't cut it like you do fabric. When you cut foam, you have to make a complete smooth cut. If you don't, you will have a mess through here and it will not be even for you. So just make sure when you're going through there, you meet those blades all the way down. Because this isn't the exact width that I need, guys, I have folded it in half and just hold to it. And remember what I told you, you want to make sure that your blade completely meets and touches whenever you go to cut, so that you get a correct smooth transition, and they'll be piled on top of each other whenever I make this cushion. Voila, there you go. And just keep on piled so that when I make this cushion, we can just wrap it up and it will be washable. Here are some options to make your seat cover, guys, that is waterproof and washable as well. This is really beautiful. I love it, but he will be using this caddy, this bucket, year-round. So I really like this fabric tablecloth. $8 at Dollar General, and this one is $4 at Dollar General. I'm going to go with this one. So to cut our fabric to go over our cushion, this is going to be 2 inches tall. So that means you're going to have to allow 1 inch on each side of your fabric, whether you sew or glue it. Now, the easiest way, if you are not a seamstress or someone used to sewing, is just basically lay that item there. As far as this particular project, we're doing these cushions, and then lay a ruler there and allow yourself an extra inch. So on this one, we have a 9 1/4 depth from the very end, and I've already allowed an inch on that side. So I need to allow 1 inch on this side. And yes, I am using a black magic marker, because by the time I sew or glue that edge, no one's going to see it anyway. And then the same way in this direction, we need to allow at least 1 inch here for each side. And then we will go beyond on this side an additional inch. And then, of course, mark our fabric. And I've already marked it here from the inch allowance going over sideways. So I'll come down here and once again going to the very edge and allowing an inch. And then a lot of times, if it is easier for you, and I am, as I said, using a black magic marker, and so I will just run me a line because I'm really not concerned, and I know that this is not going to be seen by the time I either glue it or sew it. And on this particular cushion, since this is for that outdoor caddy, I'm going to just glue this one, and I think it'll hold up just fine. Additionally, I know that I need to cut 2 pieces. So this is my first piece, and I will do a second piece so that I can sandwich them together and glue that all the way around, and I will have my cushion. I always place the sides, right sides facing each other, and then I will only be gluing 2 sides before I place my cushions. With them being foam, they have a tendency, of course, you know, to drag on the fabric, and we want a smooth transition. So I am placing a bead all the way across that 1/4 inch seam. So when you glue your third side, make sure that you give yourself at least an inch seam allowance and do not meet the top. Additionally, make sure that your glue is completely cooled off before you turn your fabric. If you don't, you'll tear your seams apart and they won't hold up and give the strength that you want. So you want to make sure that's cooled off and allow yourself this amount of room so that when you turn it, you'll be able to get your cushion inside. Go ahead and glue down your foam. This will keep it from shifting when you go to place it inside the pocket of the pillow cushion cover that you made for your fishing caddy, garden caddy, hunting caddy. And I just did it like a present. Now I took the extra hems and I glued just 1 inch on each side so that this will be his cushion. And then this is the paracord, and I'm just sizing it up here. So I want to make sure there's some additional, maybe 18 to 24 inches extra. And then that way, if he needs to, he has line for fish, bait, anything that he wants. Now once you cut that paracord, you want to slide your finger down it. Make sure you go all the way. Just kind of pull on it. So you want to melt those sprays. Make sure you press it together. That'll keep your paracord from rattling. Just mash it between those 2 cardboards, and voila, we have a finished end just like the manufacturer did on this end. We have our cord made, so we'll be able to tie her on. Okay, honey, I made you a fishing caddy. And then here's all the parts.
Put all your cold beer in it.
You can put your cold beer in it, but I thought maybe your bait
Or
and
cat.
your fish.
Or put the cat in.
Well, this is how it works. I took the shorts that you had given me, and you see it has the little button. Well, because you have a handle here, if you will you hold that handle a second? I'm going to button it. That will allow for the handle. And then I'm going to string the cord through here real quick. And there's enough cord here that if you catch some bait and you need to tie it somewhere, or you catch fish and you want to tie them, you'll be able to take some of your cord here and tie up your bait. So let me get all the loops strung. You can take Mau Mau fishing with you. Okay. And this will make it washable as well. And so, thank you. So basically what I did here is I took this cord right here and I got you enough cord. Will you hold that for just a second? I missed a hoop. I had to modify it and make you a hoop here so that it will catch the weight so that you don't have to have it dragging around. And basically what I will do is, if you want to, you can actually string it back through here if you feel like you need to. But what this will do is allow your cord, they'll give it some extra grip, and then this way it's washable, because you know, if you go fishing, it's going to get a odor, and you can tie off your cord over here underneath your handle, and you can do that any way you want to. I'm just going to do a regular bow tie that's so that you can see it, but I'm not finished yet. Before I tie that cord, just run it around twice, and then that way when you pull it, it won't slide on you. Okay, so since you're going to be fishing, I got you a cushion for your tuition. And this is the way you run it. You want to run your cord just through one side of it, so if the wind gets up while you're out there fishing, your cushion's not going to dance away on you. And actually, I think I'm going to run it through, run both cords, one over and one under.
Matches Mau.
It matches Mau. And then you can, knowing you're better at this kind of tying stuff, so
With all the
if you
different
want
knots.
to, we'll run it back through here again, just so it won't be lagging. And then that way, whenever the wind gets up, and I'm just going to do a regular tie, honey. I know you do this better than I do. But then that way, if the wind blows, it'll flop over, and then you can pick your bucket up and take off. And the cool thing is on the inside, you'll be able to put your ice, your bait, whatever. And this, you know, and then that way, if one side gets dirty, there's also a hook on this side, so this is washable. You can take all this off, and you got pockets to put your gear in. You want to take it for a test ride, please?
Yep.
Well,
Sit there.
so do we have a thumbs up on the, I did good?
Good.
Okay, here, here's the rod that you helped me repair, and that's why I had you fixing the fishing rod. Is so that way now you won't be fussing because your fishing rod's broke.
Go
And you
fishing.
can go fishing. You're set now. So 2 thumbs up. Thank you, honey. You like it?
Yeah.
Well, it's guaranteed no one will have one like it.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You guys, thank you for being present when I presented this gift to my husband. Just so you know, we do some DIYs for our loved ones, and he happens to be #1 on my list. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you enjoyed doing the caddy with me. Please make one of your own. Maybe you can use it for your gardening as well as any of your beach trips. It would be a great, great help. And as you can see, he's going to fix the tie for me because I'm not very good at it. Oh, he's going to go all the way across.
I'm gonna fix it where it won't fly away.
Show them.
It's just kind of temporary, but it's a.
Do you like it, really?
Yeah.
I've been working on it.
Actually, you could take a bungee.
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
take
really?
You could take a bungee and run it through the loops of the pants and just hook it.
You could almost hook it under this piece right here if it wouldn't
you get you
fly.
a small bungee and it would lay in this,
Mhm.
and it would, you know, run your bungee through the things, and you could just hook it together over here, and it would hold it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Take 2 bungees and hook them and put one over
Well,
you.
put one around the skirt,
Okay.
and then you could take you another little one
Just
and just
hook
hook
the
it,
ends together.
On the side.
hook it on the side, or somewhere here. strap it over to where it'll hold you.
I like the bungee cord idea too, because I was struggling with the
The strap on.
paracord, but I got to thinking if you had caught fish, you'd have a way to tie them off.
Well,
But
if
you
you're
could
in a
just stick
pond-
that in the pocket as extra
If
gear.
you're in a pond somewhere fishing, which most time I go to the beach and fish, but if you're at a pond, you could use that as a stringer.
Yeah, the rope
Yeah, yeah.
cord. That's what I
Cord.
was thinking. You
Use it
use
for a
that as a
stringer.
stringer.
But yeah.
You guys, he's absolutely delighted, and I'm just like, a heart. So thank you so much for joining me on this DIY. I hope you guys enjoyed the For the Boys and collaboration and challenge. Please join me again. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do. Definitely give me a thumbs up if you guys like this idea, because he is delighted, and thank you for being here when I presented it to him. So thumbs up, I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, hit the subscribe button. When the window pops up, please hit the bell, get all notifications, and that way every time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to be notified. As always, I love and look forward to reading your comments. Put them in the boxes down below. Until the next DIY, this is Elizabeth. Over and out. Bye, guys.